your submission. So by the end of this seminar, you will have all what you need to submit your first portfolio. So please work on bringing everything together. You'll be putting everything in just one file. It can be a Word file. You can then turn it into a PDF when you're done, and you will submit it to Blackboard. Okay? And the submission deadline is Thursday, November 14th. Okay? Mark the deadline. November 14th, Thursday is the deadline. There has been a mistake before. Please note that the correct deadline is November 14th, Thursday at 3 p.m. Okay? You'll be building your portfolio. Build everything together. Read your module handbook. Make sure you download it and read the assessment section. Okay? All what you need about assessment, it's in your module handbook. Read it closely and follow the guidance. And I'll also provide you more guidance on it. Let's get started. Remember, you'll put all the seminars on your seminar section in the portfolio. The first activity was time management grid. The second activity, personal professional development plan. The third was top 10 employable skills evidence. The fourth one, personal branding canvas for your employability. The fifth one was asset creation worksheet toolkit. We did this last week. And the sixth one was evidence table for self-directed learning activities that you choose. Today we'll have the seventh and eighth activities. The seventh one will be Gibbs Cycle of Reflection. You'll apply this cycle to yourself. And the eighth one is option. Choose your own option. There are 4 options that you can choose from. You can do any one of them. Okay? I'll go over each of them and you'll make your selection. Okay, so we'll complete these 2 activities right now. Open your laptops, be ready, and all what you need is in the Blackboard section. Today's section on Blackboard, and you'll see all the documents. Okay? So Gibbs Cycle of Reflection is frequently used to reflect back, look back on an experience, make sense of it to identify what you will do in the future. It's a form of questioning yourself, but also learning from your experiences. You disengage, step back from an experience, take time to deliberately, carefully review this experience, think about it, construct meaning from it. So it's a way of learning directly from your experiences. It is also known as experiential learning. It enhances self-awareness, problem-solving skills, but also professional skills, management skills as well, and leadership skills. So a reflective manager recounts failures and successes to search for meaningful lessons and critically questions challenges everything about themselves as well as their organizations. Mintzberg says events become experience only after they have been reflected upon thoughtfully. Without an understanding of meaning from one's experiences, managing becomes a mindless exercise. Reflection is the suspended space between where you have an experience and the explanation for it. So you have an experience, then you suspend yourself, reflect on it, stop on it, and turn this into deeper learning. Okay? You need some freedom space to do that. And we call that the reflection space. That's what you will be doing in this activity, Gibbs Reflective Cycle. You will be applying all these 6 steps. You will be responding to these 6 questions. We start with what happened, what were your feelings, emotional responses, what was good and bad, what is your sense making of the situation, what is your conclusion, and then what will you do differently, action plan. Okay? So I recommend you use a reflective journal to capture your thoughts. I always carry that journal with me. I always capture my reflections, ideas. It is critical for your journey as a personal development. So how do you deepen your reflection? You question everything, stand back from the event, engage in self-questioning, challenge your own ideas, take into account of others, get feedback. There are 10 questions. You can use these questions. They are in your slides. You can download these slides. Everything can be source of reflection. Incidents, negative experiences, mistakes you have done, conversations you revisit, issues that keep you awake at night. All of these are candidates. But I want you to keep a diary, record what is significant every day. What did you learn from this? What would you do differently next time? Capture your thoughts. Okay? There are several different approaches about this. What, so what, now what is one of them. So you just describe what happened and then analyze it, make sense, draw conclusions, and then identify some future goals and actions. So all of these skills, you develop them through reflection. So please capture a critical incident now. Open your handout. I want you to download the handout on Blackboard and write about this critical incident that happened. So please go to this today's seminar section. They are on Blackboard, okay? And you will see all the materials. If you click on these articles, you'll see how to apply Gibbs Cycle of Reflection. You can see the cycle and how to apply it, okay? And you can also see the other options that we will look. So you can click on these links, okay? And the slides are here. You can download them. You can also download these PDFs and documents as well. So please download this Gibbs Cycle of Reflection guideline. Let's download this one. You'll be working on this guideline. Please open it now. And I want you to capture your critical incident. So you can go over the first 2 pages. It's a general introduction on what we do and why we do it. And then you start with page 3, 4, and 5. Yeah, the last 3 pages. You will populate them. Let's start here. Page 3 is where you start populating. So please type up your responses to each of them. I want you to think about a critical incident now that you will be focusing on. Generally, higher quality, deeper reflection emerges from seemingly negative events. Let's say, are there any mistakes that you have done recently? You learned something deeper as a result of these mistakes. Maybe you experienced some conflict with one of your friends. Or maybe a significant life event happened to you. Let's say pandemic lockdowns. You had to change all your approach to your studies and life, right? We were at our homes during the pandemic lockdowns, and we had to learn about everything from scratch, right? We had to adapt ourselves. What did you learn, let's say, from that process? This can be one of the candidates for critical reflection. Why? Because it was tough, it was challenging, but you developed new skills to overcome it. You develop new perspectives, mindsets to overcome it. Okay? So you can choose an incident like this. Okay? What was this critical incident? Please choose that incident and try to capture it. And as you find these, please populate. Quickly type up. Okay? Quickly type up. You can use bullet points. What was the critical incident? What was the situation? Where were you? What happened? Who else was there? Why were you there? Try to capture the details regarding the incident. How did you act? What happened exactly? So let's start with capturing that. Why do we do this? Because employers want managers or professionals who are self-aware, who can capitalize on their strengths, who will have an impact, committed to lifelong learning, personal development, and who can be confident to provide evidence for these claims. That's why reflection is so critical. Okay, so please choose your critical incident. It should be something that is significant to you. So please describe what the situation was, how did you behave, how would you behave if you were the other person, how would you behave if you were a fly on the wall, meaning you are just observing everything from an independent point of view. Can you describe what happened? How did it unfold? So please capture your incident now. What happened? Where were you? Who else was there? Why were you there? What were you doing? And what happened exactly? Try to describe this as if you are writing a novel. So I want you to be very specific in your descriptions. Try to give the context, details, as much as you can. What was the relevant, significant details? What was the setting, context, layout, sounds? Who were there? People, actors, power, relationships? What were the events unfolding? How did you react? Can you track your emotions? What happened then? How did you feel? How do you feel right now? Okay, so try to capture all these events and the context and the details as much as you can. Imagine you are writing this as if it's a like movie scene, you know. This is like a chapter in a movie scene. Try to be as much detailed as possible. And capture your notes, please. Okay, let's continue with feelings. Try to capture your responses to feelings. How did you think or feel about this? What did other people's actions make you think or feel? How were you feeling at the beginning? How did your emotions change during the course of events and afterwards? So track your emotions. How did they change? How did you feel about the outcome? And what do you think about all of this right now? So if you go to Blackboard, Gibbs Cycle of Reflection Guideline, that's the handout, okay? Page 3. This must be something like a significant challenge, a problem you experienced, an argument. Perhaps it might be like an interpersonal problem or issue, or it might be something like a financial difficulty, or a problem you experienced at work. Maybe you had to act as a hero, Maybe you could, maybe you couldn't. Maybe you made some serious mistakes. Maybe you messed it up completely. That's perfectly fine. If you messed it up completely, like you made huge blunder, this is even better for reflection. You can then extract a lot of meanings, sense making from that incident. So what matters is we turn these negative events into positive by learning. Use this as an opportunity for improving ourselves. So this is a very critical opportunity for self-improvement and deeper learning. And that's why we are doing this in detail. The third one, evaluation. How well or badly did it go? What was good about this experience? What was bad about this experience? Please, again, capture in bullet points your evaluation of what happened. What was good? What was not so good? Try to interpret this a bit. Evaluate it. For now, quickly capture your initial thoughts. You can revisit them after the seminar, of course. The next section is analysis. Let's continue with analysis. This is where you analyze the situation, make sense of it in more detail. What did you do well, not so well? Did everything go as expected? Why or why not? How can you analyze this experience by breaking it into parts or stages? Can you break this into parts to analyze, understand it better? If you can, please do it. And explain these parts, stages. We are trying to make sense of this experience, step by step. So try to break it into parts. And analyze them. And the next one is sense making. How do you make sense of the experience? What theories or research can help you better understand what happened there? So do some extra research on this. You can Google this. Was this, let's say, a communication issue? Was this about cross-cultural conflict? Was this about something related to problem solving? Was this about conflict resolution? Was this about stress management? What type of topics, theories, books can help you better understand? try to come up with some resources. Google this, whatever topics. What are the core issues here? Please try to understand these core issues by doing some research. You can also use perplexity.ai to do this. Go to perplexity.ai. Just share the essence of this critical issue. And then, how can I make better sense of this? What type of topics or books will help me? It will recommend you some resources. Yeah, so you can use AI tools as well. You can also use ChatGPT or a similar tool. Can you suggest me some titles, books, videos, resources to better understand this problem? You can narrate your problem, capture it, summarize it, and then AI will give you relevant resources. Use those resources. So right now, if you have the opportunity, please connect to one of these AI tools, such as perplexity.ai. Ask this AI tool for some resources, topics, books, videos, whatever, theories. It will suggest you all these. So please go to perplexity.ai to do this. If you are not using Perplexity AI, you're missing a lot. I definitely recommend you use it. Instead of Google search, use perplexity.ai. It's so much better than Google search. How would you behave if you were the other person? How would you behave if you were a fly on the wall? So can you empathize with the other person? Can you put yourself in the shoes of the other person? How would you behave if you were a fly on the wall? Meaning, like you are observing from a critical distance, let's say. With an analytical, distanced mindset. If you are just an observer, then how would you interpret, analyze the situation? So this analysis part is the most detailed one, I think. You need to put extra efforts to analyze what happened. Make some extra research. Take screenshots if you are using these AI tools. Copy and paste these screenshots to these answers if you can. What was your prompt and what was the response? Okay. So whenever you use AI tools, please capture those screenshots in your project. I strongly suggest you use AI tools, by the way. But always document it. Okay? What was the prompt? What was the response? Always document that. Which tool did you use? How did you use it? What was the prompt? What was the response? Always capture screenshots. Copy and paste this. Okay? But mention which tool you used and how did you use it? And what was the response? Yeah? Always share them. So unlike other professors, I very much like you and strongly suggest you to use AI tools in this module, in your portfolios. Whenever you can, use these latest AI tools and document your use, okay? Let's continue with number 5, conclusion. What did you learn? What are the key things that you have learned from this incident? These might be about you, your performance, others, their performance, or any other. What did you learn? Please summarize your key learnings from this incident. come up with a list of bullet points of your learning. What did you learn? Could you have done anything differently? And what will you be doing differently next time? And how will you do it differently next time? So if a similar situation happens in the future, how will you transform yourself, change your game, improve yourself? Quickly capture your initial thoughts again. And then we finish with the last part, action plan. This is the last part. What will you do in a similar situation in the future? Come up with some action points. These should be clear action points, specific action points. Yeah? Identify these action points. Make a list of them. These should be clear list of actions. And then, what are gaps, areas for improvement for you? What aspects of your knowledge, skills could you develop further? And how will you do this? So in this part, please come up with some resources. Are there any books, videos, tools that you will be using? You can also document your use of AI tools here. Get screenshots. What did AI suggest you to do? How will you do these things? Document and go forward. Yeah, this is all about going forward, becoming a better person, becoming a better professional, becoming a better manager. Yeah? You are trying to upgrade your skills, your level to the next level. Yeah, you are trying to improve your game. How will you do that? You're leveling up your game. How will you do that? You can put books, articles, YouTube videos, internet resources, blogs, or AI tools, and how you interacted with them. Okay. TED Talks, things like that. What are your goals for the future in relation to this issue, of course? What are goals for the future? And what outcomes, competencies do you need to focus on right now to go forward? Okay? So how do you go forward? Just capture your ideas for going forward. Okay, so that's how you do this. You just copy and paste this handout into your portfolio. That's it. Yeah, when you're done, make sure that you respond to each of these specifically, capture as much detail as possible, and try to really learn deeper. Show your deeper learning, higher quality learning from all of this. Okay, so try to achieve deep reflection. Self-questioning, clear evidence of standing back, active, deeper approach to learning. So try to achieve this level, excellent level. Okay? If you do these things, you can use this as a checklist. So the best one is synthesis, judgment, clear critical thinking, self-awareness. Try to develop these. Okay? Your responses should be reflecting these. So high quality reflection, how to achieve that, you can also look at these. Try to focus on all of these if you can. Like, is there anything about process, decision making? Can you capture it? Is there anything about systems and culture and context? Can you refer to that? Is there anything about your self-awareness? Enhancing it. Your blind spots, especially if you have had some blind spots, how do you address them? And the relationships, relational dynamics and power. Can you reflect on these? If so, please take a note. Okay, so that's how you do this. Let's continue with any question about Seminar 7 activity. We finished this activity now. Do you have any questions? Is it all clear? I think it's quite clear cut. Right.
So where do we upload? Is it a formative or is it?
No, it's all summative.
Summative.
You will be submitting your whole portfolio, the first portfolio, on 14th of November. Yeah.
Yeah. Where do we submit that?
Blackboard.
Just any document.
You'll be putting everything together in one huge document and submit it as a one Word document or PDF through Blackboard. But you put all of these, copy and paste, and build your document, one document, and then submit the correct one, updated one, through Blackboard on November 14th.
So on November 14th, not before?
You can submit before, like you'll have 1 week as usual now. It will be open and active, I think, after 7th of November. Yeah. So you'll have a chance to upload it on Blackboard starting 7th of November.
Okay.
And I suggest you don't leave it until the last minute because there are technical issues, problems, especially with last minute submissions. Yeah. Don't leave it until like 2:30, 3 p.m. No. Don't take that risk. Always try to submit early. Okay, the last one that you will be including as your seminar activity, choose your own option. I'll be going over all the options, okay? And you can choose among them. So the first option is taken from this book. What color is your parachute? If you haven't read this book, I strongly suggest that you do. We have a copy in our library. It's the bestseller book on finding jobs, employability. What color is your parachute? Is the name of the book. And in this book, it says, generally, when you're applying for jobs as individual candidates, you start from the bottom. That's how you think, right? You're using a resume, which is the last resort. And then you look up through ads, and then these don't even come to your mind. Yeah. However, companies, organizations are filling positions by starting from here, from top down. Okay. So you need to also follow their approach. Their first priority is, first method is from within. Let's say they know you. You already had an internship or part-time work. They already know you. Then they are more inclined to hire you. So get your foot in the door through internship, part-time, something. Add value, show that value. Okay? And then if that doesn't work, then use proof. Do you have some portfolio, online presence, your assets? your medium articles, your YouTube channel, your track records, distinctions, achievements, capture them, show them. Okay? Your previous experiences, projects, show them online, be ready to show them to your employers. And then if that doesn't work, then they use colleagues, friends. That's where LinkedIn becomes important. LinkedIn connections, networks, colleagues, who do you know, yeah? And then they use agencies, and then ads, and resumes. Resumes is the last resort. Okay? So don't start from the bottom, start from the top. Anyway, in this book, What Color is Your Parachute, there's an exercise on finding your ideal job. You can do this exercise if you want. It's called flower exercise. In a nutshell, this is about your ideal career, ideal job. You'll be responding to questions about each of these. And then this gives you the anatomy of your ideal job. These are the questions. You can, if you want to do this option, it's a great fun option, by the way, and very easy to do. You can download it from here, flower exercise worksheet. Okay? If you want to do this option, you can download this. Okay? This is the worksheet. You will be just populating this worksheet. You can either do this visually on this visual part, visual worksheet, or the better alternative is, I think, verbal. You just respond to these questions. If you want, you can download this document right away and start typing up. Even if you don't submit this, like, this is a very good exercise for you to consider doing, because it gives you reflections about your ideal job, ideal career. Okay, so let's do it a little bit. Please download this and start typing up. Geography. Where do you wish to live? You can just overwrite these. Any countries, cities, you can put them here. What are the top 3 factors that describe your dream job to be located? Do you prefer cold weather or warm weather? Big city or small town? Beach, forest, or mountain? Do you have any ideal cities, countries? Just explain these and why you prefer. Yeah? Location and geography is the first one. Quickly capture your initial ideas now. You can quickly type it up. Okay. The second one, salary and position. What position do you wish to start at? Your job title, level of responsibility. Do you want to manage other people, be responsible for other people, or start as a professional who works alone first? What's your target annual salary? This is before tax, the gross total. Okay. What is your target annual salary? And then target monthly salary, this is after tax. What do you actually get after tax, after reductions? Okay, put some numbers. And then if you want to increase it, you can also put those. Let's say I want to increase my salary to this amount in 3 years, let's say, 4 years, whatever. And then I would also add your salary or income from multiple other realms, side hustles, let's say. If you want to achieve some side hustles, passive income, asset creation activities, let's say my YouTube channel, Medium, whatever, my entrepreneurship, my startup, I want to make, let's say, every month maybe 200 pounds from these, or 300 pounds. And I want to increase this amount to 1,000 in 2 years, whatever. Like, you can put those numbers as well. Okay? Don't think only job. You can also think about other solopreneurship activities, entrepreneurship, YouTube channel, asset creation. How do you earn multiple streams of passive income? Think about all of them. Okay, so capture if you have initial ideas. Favorite working conditions. Which one do you prefer? Indoors or outdoors? Why? Stay in one place or travel a lot? Prescribed or flexible hours? Alone or part of a team? More autonomy or more structure? Which ones and why? Okay. So again, capture quickly your initial ideas. Work goals and interests, you can rank these. There are, I think, 7 of them here. Rank them. Which ones are your top priorities? The top priority, you can put number 1, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay? Working with the human mind, human body, senses, beauty, art, music, flowers, photography, decoration, etc. Heart, love, empathy, conscious, spirit, and earth, sustainability. So which ones matter to you? Which ones are closer to your heart? You will rank them. Okay? And then explain your ranking. Which ones do you really care about? And then favorite people. These are the type of people you want to be surrounded by. Think of the organizational culture. Okay, what type of people do you want to be surrounded by? You can circle these up to 10 of them. What type of people do you want to be around? These are your co-workers, yeah? This is about organizational culture. Let's say you want to work in McKinsey. McKinsey is a very top consulting firm, but very competitive. People are extremely goal-oriented, smart, intelligent, but they are dedicated, working like 80, 90 hours a week. So it's a crazy environment, McKinsey, yeah? So does this really fit you? Do you want to be surrounded by these people, super smart, super dedicated people who work really long hours, competitive people? So think about people around you and what type of an organization do you wish to work in. For example, I'm really happy at UEA because of the positivity of the working environment. It is, maybe it's not the top university in the world, but you become a really good employee here. It's a very positive climate. And it's a very positive university that supports me, whatever happens. And I feel that. And that matters a lot. This matters a lot more than rankings, believe me. Like, don't just think about top choices. Let's say. Compared to those top names, you know, UEA is so much better. Let's say. We are still a top university, by the way. But what matters is the positive environment. It matters much more for your well-being. And remember that. Industries, sectors, you'll choose 5. Which ones do you want to be associated with? You just choose 5 of them, up to 5, and then explain them. Education, media, you can add your own as well. Social media, content creation, you can add your own categories. Arts. Okay. And then transferable skills. This is the last one. You just circle 10 to 12 of these. These are your top strengths. You want to be able to use your top strengths. Which ones are your top strengths? Just circle them. And then reflect on these. Okay, so that's how you do this flower exercise. Like, do this and then decide if you want to submit this one or not. Okay? It's very easy to do. The end result looks something like this. You know, this is my ideal job. Let's say. Okay, you can create something like this. And the second option, let me briefly introduce the second option. You will design your own logo. This will be your personal logo. You'll create your own logo. Okay? Come up with some different concepts. You can actually do this right now. If you like, do it and see if you like doing this. Think about concepts about yourself. These could be symbols that convey the essence of you. Which symbols convey the essence of your personal brand? The symbol needs to be meaningful to you. You can look at your vision board if you created a vision board. And think Pareto. Don't worry about style, design. Don't be a perfectionist. You just doodle this. Okay, take some minutes. Feather, smile, fire, lion. Doodle them, sketch them quickly. And then make a decision. Which one reflects me in the best way? Choose one of them. Let's say feather. Okay? Different alternatives. I can do something like this. Design it. You can do it by your hand as well, or digitally as you wish. You can also use AI tools. Visual AI tools will also help you. Like, I want to create my own personal logo. Can you help me Mid-Journey? You can go to Mid-Journey to do this. Okay? Or similar Dolly. If you go to Dolly, create me a personal brand logo, it will help you to do this as well. Okay? So you can use AI tools as well. And then choose a design that you like best. Improvise it. And if you choose this option, you'll be submitting the following 5 things. Number 1, the process of logo creation, including your sketches, prototypes, doodles. I did this, I thought about this, your thought processes. Yeah. Number 2, describe your logo. What does it represent? Why have you chosen this symbol, this logo? Explain it. Number 3, why and how is this linked to your values and personal brand? Explain it. Explain your story. Why does it matter to you? Why does it reflect your brand? Your final version, high resolution photo of this logo. It can be your hand drawing or digital. And then you can include a motto or a slogan or a personal philosophy that reflects this. Okay, so you just do follow these steps. It is great fun, actually. Again, if you love design work, this is an amazing opportunity to get design skills. And you can also use AI to design this, which is great fun. The option 3 is about this book. It's a bestseller book, Your Best Year Yet. 10 questions for making the next 12 months most successful ever. Think about 2025. If you really want to design your 2025, then respond to these 10 questions. Okay? What did you accomplish during this year? What were your disappointments? What did you learn this year? How do you limit yourself, your values, your roles? Which role is the major focus in 2025? What are your top goals for next year? Top 10 goals, list them. How can I make sure that I achieve them? How can you build a system? You just respond to these questions. It's like a self-coaching exercise, basically. If you want to really think about this year and next year and apply coaching to yourself, I really need to systematically think about what I will do, what are my priorities, then choose this option. It will help you to achieve that. We are already approaching the end of this year. Yeah? This will allow you to think about your next year systematically. Okay, so this is option 3. Option 4 is the most creative, wild option. This is create your own Netflix show. Okay, so Netflix, let's say, has given you authority, budget, whatever. You can create any show that you wish. Let's say, what would you create? This can be drama, science fiction, reality show, anything. Something related to your hobbies, passions, curiosities, as you wish. Okay. So please decide which option you will be choosing now. Make your mind. Flower exercise logo, 10 responses, or your Netflix show. Please choose your selection and then do some brainstorming. Make some progress. Put down some ideas. Maybe you can discuss it as well, if you want, with your friend. Like, which one do you really like to choose and why? All of them are great fun, by the way, but like, it's up to you. And whichever option you choose, make it detailed, rigorous. Okay? You should capture all the details. Show your hard work, whichever option you choose, and try to get fun out of it. You know, try to enjoy it, whatever you choose. Try to enjoy the process. Try to love it. Put all your hard work, effort, smart work. Okay? So, that's it, everyone. Thank you so much. here.
Yes.
I'll respond to you. Just let me look out.